He just used me. He was using my truck. He ain't have no way to get around, and I was helping him.
And that's who you chose to sleep with?
It was the worst mistake of my life.
Exactly.
It was the worst mistake of my life.
So you let him move in, then you married him?
Yes, I did. Okay. And that was the worst mistake that I ever made in my life.
With her and the other guy, it was more than one time. And then on top of that, it was at my mom's house, in our bedroom.
What?
You know what I'm saying? And at my parents' house. And like, I begged for them.
Like
honestly, that's what happened.
No, that is beyond wrong. Did you go anywhere else is the question?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Where did you go?
I went to a friend's house.
Friend you've ever been intimate with?
Not at that time, no.
At what time?
After I got into a relationship with him, after Herberto left.
You all didn't sleep together for an entire month?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Miss Hall appeared to be under some kind of delusion in the courtroom. She left the defendant and started living with another man during the week of her conception. Despite this, she was certain that Mr. Board was the father of her child.
Now, Ms. Hall, you claim that although you left the defendant and began living with another man the very same week your daughter was conceived, Mr. Buford is still her biological father.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, now furthermore, you say that you and Mr. Buford have now recently reunited and you hope to prove paternity so he'll marry you.
That's correct, Your Honor.
On the other hand, Mr. Board firmly believed that Miss Hall had cheated on him. He no longer saw her as trustworthy and had serious doubts about being the father. The judge allowed Mr. Buford to take the stand and explain why he questioned the child's paternity.
Cook. So I'm outside with her father. We're out there talking about what are we going to do for New Year's, the resolutions, how we want to change things or make things better. And all of a sudden he's like, let's go in and grab something to eat. So I'm going in to get something to eat or whatever. And I'm like, where's Mary? Her sister's like, oh, she's gone. She went to go get some milk. She went to go get milk? What's milk for? We got food and drinks, everything.
Mr. Buford's suspicions began when he attended a family gathering at Miss Hall's parents' house. He recalled a particular incident that made him doubt her faithfulness. That night, he noticed something unusual in her behavior.
Proceed.
Hold on. Ms. Hall, did you go anywhere else is the question?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Where did you go?
I went to a friend's house.
A male friend or a female friend?
It was a male friend, Your Honor, and I was only there for 10 minutes.
Did you tell Mr. Buford that you were going to go by this male friend's house on New Year's Eve?
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Miss Hall had let the cat out of the bag on New Year's Eve. She claimed she was out buying milk for her sister's baby. However, that wasn't true. She had gone to meet a male friend and stayed with him for over an hour and a half.
I'm already in my head like, this ain't right.
The reason why he's accusing me of cheating is because he cheats. He's been cheating throughout the whole relationship. I go through his phone, I find text messages to other girls, I find emails that he sent women on Craigslist for one-night stands. I've seen pictures in his phone of women in thongs.
Mr. Board believed this man was someone she had been sleeping with. In response, Miss Hall had her own accusations. She stated that Mr. Board had cheated on her throughout their relationship, making him a hypocrite for calling her unfaithful.
So something, I wake up.
If I didn't, I wouldn't have known he still had a girlfriend.
Oh, so, okay, he still had a girlfriend when?
When I first met him.
So, bottom line is you all were in a relationship and you accuse him of cheating and now he's accusing you of cheating.
Right. In his defense, Mr. Board argued that when she checked his phone, he had only just started talking to those women. Miss Hall, however, was glad she looked through his phone. She felt justified in her suspicions after seeing the messages.
You already did what you did. You got disappeared, so let me disappear.
And then what happened?
A week later, I got a lot of family in Canada. She must think she invincible or something. They called me like, oh, she got another dude. He's staying at the house now around your son and stuff. So I'm like, at work, like, wow. You would move somebody in the bed and stuff a week later and you just now met the dude and have him around my son?
After discovering her involvement with another man, Mr. Board chose to disappear. He wanted nothing to do with her anymore. However, one of his family members later informed him that Miss Hall had moved another man into her house just a week after their breakup.
And I had already found out I was pregnant the beginning of February.
So you're saying to this court, a grown man moved into the house after Mr. Buford left and you all didn't sleep together for an entire month?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
Miss Hall admitted that a man had indeed moved into her house and lived with her for an entire month. However, she insisted they had no sexual relationship. Whether this was true or not remained a point of contention in court.
All right, the 31st. That was the 31st when I was over at her family house. She disappeared.
New Year's Eve.
Exactly.
Okay.
She disappeared that night for that hour and a half. Later on that night, after 1 o'clock, it's January 1st. We slept together that one night.
Okay.
The rest of that time, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, she was seeing him, but he was already moved in by the 6th, 7th, 8th, and she was probably sleeping with him then.
Mr. Beaufort was determined to prove that the child wasn't his. He presented a calendar showing the time frame when he and Miss Hall were intimate. He also highlighted the period when she was seeing the other man.
After this incident right here, after everybody telling me what's going on, and this guy over my house, she called me at work a month later talking about, oh, I'm pregnant. I'm like, okay, what you telling me for? This dude at the house already or whatever. She like, where's your baby? I'm like, how you sure or whatever? She's like.
When Miss Hall discovered she was pregnant, she reached out to Mr. Board. By then, he had already decided that he wasn't the father. The judge, tired of their endless lies and accusations, was finally ready to reveal the truth with the DNA test results.
Mr. Beaufort, you are her father.
And y'all owe my baby an apology.
When does anything ever go right in paternity court? Miss Smithers dragged the defendant to court because she was devastated that he refused to accept paternity of her child. She was confident the test results would knock some sense into him.
Miss Smithers, you have dragged the defendant to court because you are devastated that he refuses to accept that he is your son Adrian's biological father. You claim today's DNA test results will have a dramatic impact on your future as a family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Things weren't always so bad between them. Miss Smithers and Mr. Stevens had known each other long before they started dating. However, after the birth of their first daughter, their relationship took a turn for the worse, and chaos followed.
Well, Your Honor, me and Mr. Stevens met when I was 16 years old. We went to GED classes together. We eventually started dating. I moved in with them. And we had our first daughter. After that, it went from good to bad. Mr. Stevens started cheating on me. I was always at home with the baby. You know, he was always out with girls.
Their relationship only went from bad to worse. For the first 5 years, Mr. Stevens had been cheating on Miss Smithers with several different women. Feeling betrayed, she eventually sought revenge in a way that would change everything.
Necessarily, not with this woman at least.
He cheated on me for the first 5 years of our relationship. I did not step out of the relationship until right before our son was conceived.
She wants to say, like, I cheated on her for the 5 years, but, like, there'd be times when I'd text her and ask her, like, hey, where you at? Well, she's supposed to be at home, but yet she's in a different state. She was in a different state. She was not at home. She was not at home.
No,
she was in
I
Indiana.
was at home. No, I wasn't.
When Miss Smithers found out she was pregnant again, she couldn't wait to share the news. Mr. Stevens was overjoyed at first, but soon doubt crept in, and their relationship took yet another turn.
What was his response?
He was happy.
You were?
Yeah, at first, yeah, I was happy. And then, like, and then the aspect is like, you know, she was pregnant, but she waited 5 months to tell me that there was a possibility that he wasn't.
Oh, so initially when you found out she was pregnant, you didn't have any
I was
issue.
excited, like, cause you know, like I found out that it was a boy, so like, you know, it was my first boy. I was excited about that.
Then came the shocking revelation. While pregnant, Miss Smithers sat Mr. Stevens down and confessed that she had cheated. She admitted there was a chance the baby wasn't his. As expected, Mr. Stevens didn't take the news well.
And so at 5 months, she pops up and tells you, I cheated and this may not be your child?
One of my family members and a couple of our mutual friends that we had together, they ended up coming out and telling me that she opened up to them and told them that AJ might not be mine and that she cheated on me. And
I did open up and say that I was with another man, but I never said that AJ was not his.
This case had more drama than a soap opera. Miss Smithers claimed she had only been with another man once, but Mr. Stevens called that a lie. He even accused her of having one of her affairs under his mother's.
The other guy that I slept with was 3 months prior to me getting pregnant.
with her and the other guy, it was more than one time. And then on top of that, it was at my mom's house, in our bedroom.
What?
You know what I'm saying? And at my parents' house. And like I begged for them.
I admit what I did
honestly,
was
this what
wrong.
happened.
No, that is beyond wrong.
Mr. Stevens was furious and convinced that the baby wasn't his. He insisted there were no physical features of the baby that resembled him. His mind was made up. He was not the father.
But you don't believe that, Mr. Stevens.
Not one bit.
Why do you believe this other man is Adrian's biological father?
Because I don't see my side of the feature in him when it comes to it. Like he's the lightest one.
Okay, well, you know babies come in all different skin colors. You cannot judge a baby by what color they come out,
but
or
that's
even
his-
what
that's
color
one of
they
his
are.
points.
You can't judge that.
I know, that's one of his main points. That's what I'm trying to get through his head. Just because he has lighter skin doesn't mean he's not his.
Despite his strong doubts, Mr. Stevens didn't want to completely abandon the child. He knew there was a chance he could still be the father, so he wanted to form a bond and be a father figure. However, the uncertainty ate away at him.
A lot of the times, but I try not to because it messes with me. That gives me more doubt, and like I just don't want that. Like I want me and him to have a bond. Like I want us to be able to go fishing. I want us to be able to go hunting and do stuff together.
And that upsets you?
Yes, ma'am.
The judge could sense that only the truth could settle this case. The moment of truth had arrived, and the results were in. It was time to find out who had been lying and who was telling the truth.
Mr. Stevens, you are the father. I was happy to deliver those results to you.
Thank you.
I can see this means a lot to you.
Yeah.
How are you feeling in this moment to know you do have your son?
Right now, I'm happy.
Good.
There was enough anger to fill the entire courtroom. Miss Colbert stormed in, determined to prove that Mr. Tubbins was the father of her twins.
You've petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove to Mr. Tubbins that he is the father of your 9-month-old twins, Ariel and Adonis Colbert.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tubbins, you say you know you're not the twins' father and claim that you uncovered that Miss Colbert slept with not one, but 2 of your family members.
Yes, Your Honor.
Everyone wanted to know what kind of relationship they had that led to such chaos. Surprisingly, they were actually married. They tied the knot just a month after meeting, and Miss Colbert claimed it was because of Mr. Tubbins' religious beliefs.
Honor, I am his wife. I married him 1 month after dating, and it was because of his religion issues. He wanted to become married, and because he wanted to use me. He was living in a house with a 2-year-old child with no hot water and no electricity, and I felt bad for him, and I allowed him to come to my house and stay.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he impregnates me.
But you're his wife now, right?
Yeah, by this time, yes, I'm his wife.
Their marriage was rocky from the start. Less than 3 weeks in, Miss Colbert announced she was pregnant. Mr. Tubbins couldn't believe it. Something just didn't add up in his mind, and suspicions quickly arose.
About 3 weeks after you married her, she told you she was pregnant.
Yes.
And immediately you questioned the twins.
Yes, because she lied from the beginning. She told me that the last person that she slept with was 3 months prior before we started trying to get together. Then she turned it from 3 months to 3 weeks.
When did she change the story?
Right before the marriage.
Miss Colbert admitted she had terrible taste in men and regretted ever being with Mr. Tubbins. She felt used, claiming she had only helped him because she loved him and wanted to get him out of a tough situation in his life.
He just used me. He was using my truck. He ain't have no way to get around, and I was helping him.
And that's who you chose to sleep with?
It was the worst mistake of my life.
Exactly.
It was the worst mistake of my life.
So you let him move in, then you married him?
Yes, I did. And that was the worst mistake that I ever made in my life.
Meanwhile, Mr. Tubbins stuck to his accusations. He told the judge that Miss Colbert had confessed to sleeping with his family members. When questioned on how he knew, his answer shocked the courtroom. He claimed she had admitted it herself.
It was 20 years before me and him got together. When me and him first started dating, I looked on his Facebook, and I was just being nosy because we starting to date. I want to investigate you. So I'm doing my investigation, and I see the picture of him and a mutual friend of ours, and come to find out it's his family member. So if we're gonna continue on in a relationship, Your Honor, I need to be honest with him.
But the drama didn't stop there. Mr. Tubbins revealed that after they broke up, another family member confessed to also being with Miss Colbert. He insisted that if he had known this earlier, he would have never married her in the first place.
After we broke up, a family member came to me. He said, well, you know what? If you would have came to me and let me know before, I could have told you all about her.
Oh, really?
And then he told me about...
But now they tell you... Did this family member say he had also slept with her?
Yes.
So there's one family member from 20 years ago, and then this family member?
Yes.
Did she ever tell you about the second family member?
Never.
Miss Colbert, did you sleep with the second family member?
I wouldn't even know what he's talking about.
Chaos erupted in the courtroom as both sides shouted over each other. Miss Colbert was furious, accusing Mr. Tubbins of never acknowledging her or the twins to his family. She was tired of being ignored and disrespected.
When he hid our marriage, he hid my pregnancy, he didn't want nobody to know that we was even getting married. Why don't you be honest? You call yourself a man of God. Be a man of God and be honest. okay? Don't sit up here and try to paint me out like I'm no tramp when I was nice enough to let you in my home when you ain't have
You
nothing.
asked me to,
No
you asked
heat.
me to come. You asked me.
I'm gonna ask you, why? I own my
asked me
own
to move
property,
in
baby.
with
Even the judge was losing patience with Mr. Tubbins. He had no solid evidence proving he wasn't the father. His only argument was based on rumors and suspicions. Worse yet, he had never even seen the twins since their birth, which made his claims even weaker.
The conception date is completely off. When we went to the hospital, the doctor said that she conceived on November 20th. We didn't have sex until November 30th.
No, we didn't.
Your Honor.
We had sex a couple days before the 28th, and then we had sex for the second time on the 28th. So we had sex 2 times in a week in that week.
The moment of truth had finally arrived. The tension in the room was overwhelming as everyone waited to hear the results. Was Mr. Tubbins the father, or had Miss Colbert been hiding something all along? It was time to uncover the truth.
Tubbins, you are the twins' father.
I'm sorry, I'll take care of him, but I have reason for that.
It's a wild situation when a wife has to convince her own husband that he is the father of their child. Miss Vaugh came to court determined to prove to Mr. Williams that their baby boy, Connor, belongs to them and not to someone from her past.
Mr. Williams, you say you got married under false pretenses and claim Miss Vaughn only used you for your money. You also believe Miss Vaughn has a secret sugar daddy and had that man throughout your entire relationship, and he's the real father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ever since Connor's birth, Mr. Williams hasn't stepped up as a father. He bought diapers and an outfit when Connor was a newborn, but after that, he completely checked out. His absence left Miss Vaugh frustrated and confused.
But after that, he's been pretty useless.
One, you can't put a price on how much a man can support his child.
Yes, you can.
No, you
According
cannot.
to every day.
Mr. Williams, you say you have supported this child.
Yes, of course.
He's one, but you're also saying now, I've supported him, but he's not mine.
Yes, I did, because
Get
it
it
was
straight.
based on a love and a belief that I was being married to Miss Vaughn.
Mr. Williams didn't just doubt her, he spread rumors about her on campus. He told people that Miss Vaugh was promiscuous, a gold digger, and a backstabber. From the moment they got married, he believed the baby she was carrying belonged to her sugar daddy.
His father and I requested to meet her. We actually went to her house. And after having the discussion with her and she shared with us, then the next step was for them to get married because her grandchild, she never said their child, that she was the one driving the bus on this relationship. And along the way, I've tried to realize who's been pregnant, who got pregnant by Brian.
When Miss Vaugh got pregnant, she realized she had to take responsibility for her actions. She embraced motherhood fully, but Mr. Williams remained unconvinced. He still believed the baby wasn't his and kept his distance.
There is a question as it relates to his paternity, and it's affecting his life because he's one, and the man that you say is his biological father is saying, I don't believe I am. And you know what? At one, a baby recognizes their father.
At first, Mr. Williams was somewhat involved. He would babysit Connor, but instead of actually taking care of him, he spent the entire time glued to his electronics. Miss Vaugh felt hurt by his lack of effort as a father.
In Mr. Williams' court papers, he alludes to the fact that he thinks you have a sugar daddy. What is this all about?
He is one of my childhood friends, and when I called and told him that Brian was not taking care of his responsibilities, when I was short on a couple of things and I couldn't call and ask Brian for it, he made sure he was there for it.
Things took a strange turn when one of Miss Vaugh's friends called Mr. Williams and told him to take his role as a father seriously. Mr. Williams felt humiliated. Why was a random man getting involved in his business, and how did he even get his number?
Did you confront Miss Vaughn and say, what are these messages and who is this person?
I've tried to contact her. She started blocking my number when I would ask about, her relationship. When I was coming over to her house, that they're already there, not dressed and claiming that it's just a regular friendship.
Miss Vaugh denied having any involvement with her sugar daddy, but was she telling the truth? The only way to settle this is with the DNA results. Baby Connor deserves to know who his real father is.
Mr. Williams, you are the father.
Hey, the lady. Hey, the lady. Hey, the lady.
Mr. Williams, you are the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are the father. You're going to have to raise that child together. You're going to have to help be responsible for him, care for him.
What's a paternity court episode without a meddling mother? Miss Knox is fed up with Mr. Bailey constantly denying that he is the father of their baby boy, Cash. She believes his doubts have everything to do with his unhealthy attachment to his mother.
Bailey, you claim your son is a famous dancer and is about to hit it big. Both of you claim Ms. Knox is pinning a baby on your son because she is after his fame and future fortune.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Knox, what has Mr. Bailey done for Cash since he's been born?
I paid for everything. That's because you wanted to.
Miss Bailey doesn't hold back. She thinks Miss Knox is a gold digger. At first, she didn't even seem interested in her son, but the moment he launched his dance career and started making money, Miss Knox conveniently showed up.
Do you have receipts?
Yes, I do have
that
receipts
will substantiate
of all the stuff that I had bought for my child. I had to buy wipes, car seats, strollers. I had to buy everything. I haven't seen anything from it, Mr. Bailey.
So these are receipts. They total $6,960.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Knox has come prepared with receipts. Judge Lauren directly asks Mr. Bailey if he ever tried to be involved in the child's life. He claims he didn't because Miss Knox ran off to Texas shortly after the baby was born.
So when she left,
I have evidence.
I'd like to see that evidence. What is this evidence, sir?
I have evidence showing that you only got those things to stack up because I said I was going to put you on child support. That's the only reason why you got it.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I have it too.
Let's get some order.
Judge Lauren struggles to understand why Mr. Bailey doubts his paternity. He was present when Miss Knox got pregnant, and he even signed baby Cash's birth certificate. So, what's the real reason for his hesitation? Did Miss Knox betray him?
I'm not no phone checking type person. That's not my style, okay? But I just so happened to go through her phone. She was texting me and this little dude just around the same time, telling us it was like the same conversations, right? Like minutes apart. Not even, like minutes apart. The last text message said, I'm gonna come give you a hug and a kiss from the other guy. And my text message said, I'm on my way to come get you.
That's when Miss Bailey drops a bombshell. She claims Miss Knox was already pregnant when she met Mr. Bailey and trapped him into taking responsibility. If that's true, then the paternity test is the only way to clear things up.
Donna, he does not have a career. I don't know what career you're talking about, but he does not. He was nothing when I met him, and he's nothing now.
Miss Bailey, explain to me why you believe she was pregnant before she even met your son.
Because when we actually did have a conversation, she's gonna say, oh, well, I'm 3 months pregnant.
Lies.
Miss Bailey goes on to say that every time she visited Miss Knox, she noticed suspicious behavior. She claims Miss Knox would hide under the covers, trying to conceal the fact that she was already 5 months pregnant before meeting her son.
I asked her 3 times, and we haven't seen Cash ever since I brought that up. And then every time we want to see Cash, Edward has to give her something. Oh, well, if you give me a case of diapers, you can see Cash.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't receive this stuff. The reason why I don't give them to him because, first off, their house is not even properly, it's not even a house.
At this point, it seems like the real battle is between Miss Knox and Miss Bailey. Mr. Bailey appears completely uninterested in the outcome of the case. But before the arguing escalates any further, Judge Lauren calls for Jerome to bring in the results.
Mr. Bailey, you are Cash's father.
That's fine. You're still a tramp.
You seem emotionless. How does it feel?
That's my son. I'm gonna move forward with what I gotta do as a father, and I'm not gonna let her bring me down. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing.